Today we're going to talk about expanding your notary business, or if you don't have one, consider being a notary. Also mix it up with fingerprinting. It's a goldmine, folks. A lot of things you do right now relates to notarization coincides with fingerprinting. Ink card fingerprinting, mobile notary, loan doc signing, live scan services. It's the same clients. It's the same customers. It's the same exact thing. Let's go ahead and talk about it, folks. Take some notes here. We got some fine things we're going to share with you. So break out those notes and jump right into it. Right off the back, I'm going to tell you, folks, this is a good way to get the gold mine. I also want you to consider about how you can expand your business. What do we mean by this? Money, money, money. Diversify your income. Mâ-Oûmba, Carey, I know you jam into the tunes, but let's talk about the money right here. What comes to mind when you say diversify your income? How does it relate to notarization, to ink cards, or live scan, and diversifying your money? How do you bring your business in? How does it work?
So if you're a notary, people don't think too much, but if you pull permit, and let's say your niche of the customer is constructor people, keep in mind they need you to pull a permit for as a notary, but also you can let them know, hey, you know, if you go see a different client for construction, they need a background check. So you just two things of the bird. So that's one niche right there.
I see it all the time. Sometimes you go places in a mobile service, say, oh, by the way, do you know a notary? Yes, he's right here, or she's right here. Or they want to come in for fingerprinting, and while they're looking for notary, or you go for notarization, oh, by the way, can you fingerprint me on this or that? It's a good mix. It comes from the same blood. That's the best way to put it. It comes from the same. Think about the history of fingerprinting got started. What was it used for? It relates to background checks. It relates to identification. It relates to proof of certification, proof of identity. How you want to paraphrase it, all comes from the same history, pretty much. Family crescent, some type of blood on the thumb on a piece of paper, something like that. All originated the same way. It just took off two different paths down the line. Like taking a family crescent, putting a seal on some type of mark. It's the same thing it is today. The seal verifies that you agree to terms and conditions, whatever the case may be, or this is who you are. Agreeing to these pieces of paper that you think is true to the best of your knowledge. It's the same thing, same customers. You have the same office, the same service. To make that money, diversify your income. If they're going to pay for notarization, get paid for fingerprinting too, or vice versa. But it's a good mixture. It's a perfect mix. It's a perfect storm. It really is. Diversify your money. You know, take some over here, take some over there. Hell, take it all. Okay, they're going to pay you, take it. But think about doing both. Despite all the hype out there, it's a good business mixture to have, and also help you scale your business to the next level. What's your thoughts, Carey?
Well, also in your notary book, you know, you can use a person's fingerprint as a signature.
Yes.
And it goes, and there's a space for this already in your notary book.
Yep.
So that lets you know the two are tied together.
That's true.
Yeah.
It's a good mix.
Yeah. So
it is a very good mix there. Another reason why folks should take in consideration of fingerprinting, because there's a demand growing. It's a growing demand.
There is.
Right now, COVID-19 still exists, but there's more employment opportunities coming up right now. There's more contracts coming up right now. There's more contracts, more jobs, more employment. Opportunities are there. People are now traveling around a little bit more than they did before. Background checks. You know, they may need a notarization for this thing, a background check for this over here for the same reason, but for two different requirements. People are in big need for fingerprinting. Now is the time to get involved with fingerprinting and mix it up with your notarization. If you're not sure how to do that there, become a member of the association and we'll show you how to do it. Okay? Everybody here in this session right now has experience being a notarization. I took a break since COVID-19. I've been a notary since 1990 something. I was doing it like that. So I'm still a rookie. I know a little bit about notarization too, just a wee bit. But it's a good mix, folks.
Yeah.
It is. It is.
And these are services as a notarization or as a fingerprinting. Your clients need these services. They just can't go without it. I don't want the job. I don't need no fingerprints. I'm not going to I don't want this over here. I don't want no loan over here. I'm not going to sign those docs for notarization.
Right.
They need it. Everybody needs a notary. Everybody needs to get fingerprinted. One way or another, it's a good mix.
Yep.
Once
Like
again,
the,
it's a perfect storm. Yes,
Yeah,
ma'am.
like the notary apostille when they do the FBI background check. You don't need fingerprint. They also need a notary. So it's like a mixed thing.
It is a good mix. So many related services out there, people don't realize they can mix it together and take advantage of it. But when you offer these services, please, I'm going to repeat myself numerous of times, all these videos, don't sell yourself cheap.
No.
Okay, on the spot, what they say, this is your business, this is your organization. Don't sell yourself cheap. Put yourself there for very cheap, they're going to treat you like you cheap. You're not going to make any money. You can stay so busy trying to make a couple of bucks, you're going to stay broke. Stay busy, stay broke. Get productive, get paid. All right? It works, you know.
It definitely does.
Well, I had something to share with you folks here, but it's okay. Ink cards is something that you guys do in any state you reside at. You can do ink card fingerprinting in that state. I'm not saying the state there you live in will accept them, saying that somebody in your state near you than the ink card fingerprinting, perhaps for a different state, you know, along with notarization. So that's one way you can start it right away is ink card fingerprinting. If I lived in Georgia, I'm gonna become a nurse in Georgia. I'm gonna get a live scan. But if I live in Georgia, if I want to become a nurse in a different state, I may need to do ink card fingerprinting and send them off to the out-of-state agency for a background check. Or I might do ink card fingerprinting to get an FBI report done, be part of my visa to travel abroad to different parts of the country. Loan apostille and things like that too. They might need to get my state documents done too. Notarization, apostilles, ink card fingerprinting, it's all coming together. Now is the time. Okay? Now is the time. You're going to wait till next year to still think about this here, or perhaps you think about doing fingerprinting or being a notary a year ago, and yet you're still thinking about it. Why are you still thinking about that one there? I'm thinking how to spend my money. Okay? Are you thinking about getting the money, or you think about how you're going to spend the money or invest it? Okay? You're going to think where you're being something productive. Not thinking if I coulda, shoulda, woulda.
That's
So
exactly.
please. And we have members who've been thinking about fingerprinting for years. Joseph, if you watch this video here, this is for you, but I won't mention your name, Joseph. But Joseph will tell you one of these days. I'm putting on YouTube one of these days where he's been thinking about fingerprinting for years. Years. We got him now, folks. He's a member now. He's out there kicking butt, making money, doing fingerprinting. But things do happen. We do recognize that. But think about it. It's a growing demand. It's a need for the service. It's the same thing you're doing now. You get the same customers, you get the same customers, you get to see what they need, provide the service. Notarization, fingerprinting. Do you need a jurat? Do you need an affidavit? Do you need a live scan? Do you need an ink card? Do you want mobile services? Do you want travel notary? It's the same stuff. It's a good mixture.
Yep.
You just get to make sure you say 2 words when they come to you. Ching, ching. You get paid for this service. I'm trying to say exploit anybody. I'm trying to make sure you get paid and well compensated for what you service you bring to the table. Well, this is a good way to think of it as transferring skills. Those same personality attitudes you get from your customers do not go away. It's the same customer, those unique personalities you're going to fingerprint on the machine or on ink cards. Same customers. The same customers.
Exactly.
The same attitudes, same personalities. They got the notarization cans, they got the live scan Karens, they got the live scan cans, and they got the notarization cans. How you want to mix it up? They're still out there. But it's a good way to transfer your skills.
Yep.
So
Exactly.
take action. You know, Mâ-Oûmba, you're a notary. Carey, you're a notary. You know, it's a good mixture. I've been placed at some time where I fingerprint somebody and I get there, they're asking for a notarization. Or something, they may call people up and say, hey, I need someone to go with me for this mobile services because I'm not a notary. They're going to pay me a fingerprint, but that's to be a notary too. And something about lose those customers.
Yep.
You know,
Want to keep them.
I would hire one organization that does both versus 2 different organizations because too much of a mess. And so all at the same time, one organization, streamless payment, and that's it.
That's it. Yeah.
So make it happen.
There's supply and demand for it. I can tell you that.
Yeah.
Which definitely is.
And some folks would call and say, you know, I would do fingerprinting, but it's ink card is old school. Everybody's doing a live scan. I said, okay, you're right. A lot of people doing live scan. Ink card is kind of old school, but you know what? You're like, what? Still the same money. Same color. And I said, you know, he said, well, fingerprinting is saturated. I'm not sure if I can make money doing it. I said, well, sometimes we got some gas. You go to the gas station, I promise you, look right across the street, you can see another gas station. Okay, then? How many times you went to Burger King and right across the street you see a Mickey D's or a Jack in the Box or something like that? There's different flavors, different tastes, different concepts, different values that I'll bring to the table. Same thing for fingerprinting. There can be people right down the street from us doing fingerprinting right now. I'm happy for them because we're going to take the customers. That's a different way of doing it, but we're going to take the customers too. I'm glad they're there to bring us more business. We can find out what they're not doing. We can emphasize that as the strength for us and do it.
Yep.
So think about it, take action, and make it happen. But if you keep thinking about over and over and over, maybe this is not for you. Perhaps you rather sit there and just find a reason why it shouldn't work versus taking advantage of opportunities to make it work. You know, Carey, Mâ-Oûmba, have you started that fingerprinting 5 years ago? How much revenue can you have towards your household for your family 5 years ago? Have you started 2 or 3 years ago? You know, but I do for you guys. As soon as you guys heard about it, you guys got involved with us, and now you guys doing quite well. But a lot of folks keep thinking about it over and over and over, and I understand. They want to make sure they study a lot about everything, but sometimes you just got to jump out there and take action. You know, don't jump into nothing spending $24,000 or $15,000 on anything unless you have an experience in the field or some type of good business model to take advantage of. If you want to jump into fingerprinting, do ink card fingerprinting first then. It's a smaller business investment. We'll teach you how to fingerprint quite well and effectively. We share with you some good skills, how to bring in some revenue too. And if your customers start demanding for live scans for your particular area, if the state allows you to do it in your state, then move up to move up to live scans then. And take the revenue built from your ink card business we made from your notary service and apply it towards your machine at that point. Or just don't go cold turkey in a major investment if you know what you're doing.
And we have now. We have Alethea Hines. She said, I'm a new mobile notary. How do I get started with the ink cards?
Very good question, Alethea. Let us know how you think you should do that there. What's the best source you should go to right now, Ms. Hines, to get started with ink card fingerprinting? I'll let you answer that one there for us. You got 10 seconds. Okay.
That's the live scan.
Exactly.
That's right. Join the association, take a training program. But she is right. It's a good question there too. I like that. Let's put it on the screen there for a second. I know who she is. Name sounds so familiar. And mobile notary, how to get started with ink cards. Give us a call again. Get involved with the association. We do have some classes coming up. Take advantage of them.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah.
Take advantage of them. And Alethea, what state are you in? I forgot. What state are you in? Can you go and post us a message? You can let us know what state that you're in. But for those watching the video, just give us a call. Or better yet, schedule to speak to member ambassador. Can't say I'm advising more member ambassador. Or go to livescan.chat to schedule to speak to them. That's livescan.chat to schedule to speak to member ambassador. And we go over with you different programs that we have and help you get enrolled in a course to start fingerprinting. Our online program is very good. You're still working with live instructors at the same time, but it's very good. All right, let's see here. Wait, I know that, Alethea. She's I'm already
remember. Great.
I know that. That name sounds familiar. I said what state she is. Folks, I'm giving her a hard time there, but she already knows I'm gonna give her a tough love. But when you're ready, just go ahead and reach out to us. We get you started for the training for ink card fingerprinting, which you already thought you can start already. but we're going to talk about that already. We talked about that before, folks.
All right, Mr.
Lisa
Vegas
is a
said-
news member to our association. Welcome to the family there. One of these sets we're going to bring on board here. I'm going to tell you right now, Carey, she could talk your ear off.
Ah! That's a good thing. That's a good
Yeah,
thing.
she can talk your ear off. I'm coming back to California soon, I hope. Another thing is to think about when you're doing notarization, you think about doing in-car fingerprinting or live scan, it's still on your skills. We already talked about the skills. But another thing we talked about is going to be, did we talk about the skills? I think we did.
Yeah, we did.
All right, let's go back to the next one. Schedule. You work at your own schedule.
Yes, both of them.
Right? Miss Hines in a small country called Pennsylvania, I'm quite sure that you still work your own schedule. You know, she does mobile notary right now based off her schedule and flexibility. Some folks want you to contact them or go to their location on the weekend. But there are a lot of folks out there who won't do fingerprinting or do mobile services on the weekend. We do.
I do.
We specialize in that. You know, we need you in the office at 3 a.m. We'll be there. Okay, then? Tomorrow we'll be there. Because if you start saying no to your customers, you're going to lose your business. But if you do things that other people want to do, you're going to make yourself productive and expand. We specialize in saying yes when others say no to certain services. If they're going to pay us to travel an hour and a half each way, we're going to do it. If they're going to pay us to drive 2 hours each way, 2.5 hours, 3 hours sometime each way, we will do it. As long as it's on a weekend sometimes, because LA do have some serious traffic, but during that traffic time, weekend or not, they're going to pay for that. I've been to places before where I had to do notarization and fingerprinting. I went to one place in the morning, some fancy hotel, broke out my kit, fingerprint the guy in the hotel. His bodyguard, or his bodyguard pretty much said, you know, an emergency call, he has to leave right now. Can you meet us at 3 p.m. over here? It's a different city. He flew to the other city. But when his bodyguard started giving those tips, I kept counting out those tips. I'm like, yes, I will be there. I'll be there 3 o'clock, 2-hour drive, I will be there. Got to pay us again. But make yourself available. It's a flexible schedule. Take advantage of it.
Yes.
Carey's like, yes, I'll be on the weekend too. Yes. Now, write this down, folks. Guys, you know, today is National Fingerprinting Day. Okay, then we claiming it. Today is National Fingerprinting Day. It's the global day today. National Fingerprinting Day.
We made history.
That's right. Write this down regarding mobile fingerprinting. If they're gonna pay you and offer you cash or check, take the cash. Just do it. And it's not your fault you left your change at the office. Okay. But go ahead and take advantage of it. But if you're going to fingerprint also on the weekend and you're traveling, see that as special hours. So write that down, folks, special hours. Because typically it's Monday through Friday, but they got you working on the weekend and stuff like that. It's special hours. Companies will pay people sometimes to work weekend called overtime, or give them midnight shift pay, a swing shift pay, shift differential pay. Make sure you get compensated when you work in some location that was off after hours. You know, after hours and stuff like that. That means you're at their location before 9 o'clock in the morning. You're at their location after 5 p.m. That's our preference for special hours. Okay, if you want, well, we get you at 4 o'clock, yeah, but we meet until 6 o'clock that night. That's special hours. You have to pay your team overtime sometime to be there, and also pay them overtime to drive back. So make sure you guys get compensated for those times when you offer these folks your services. Not just a flat rate for everything, because a flat rate sometimes costs you money. Okay. Here in California, from here to Santa Monica, on certain days might take me 10 minutes to get to Santa Monica. On Friday afternoon, 3 or 4 o'clock on Highway 405, it may take me 30, 40 minutes to go 10 miles. And don't let it rain in California and LA. It's a whole different story. But it might take you some time to get there. Okay. And somebody sent me a message. I guess I'm too low. Mâ-Oûmba, does that sound too low to you?
No, it was earlier. It was like
All right, just speak up, let me know, because if worst come to worst, we know who fault it is. We know who fault it is. Her fault, okay? It's her fault. If you guys can't hear me that well, it is Miss Hines' fault today. In Pennsylvania, you know it is in Pennsylvania. It's always their fault. It's her fault today.
His husband was living in Florida, Hollywood, Casino, California.
no, that's in Pennsylvania.
Oh, it is?
Hollywood, Pennsylvania, Hollywood, Florida, Hollywood, California. Hollywood's everywhere.
It's everywhere. Yes.
All right. How about number 5, folks? Can you guys come to mind? What do you think is another reason why you should do fingerprinting with your mobile services or with your notary services? What's number 5 for you guys? What will be your number 5 there, Carey? The 5th reason why they should do fingerprinting along with their mobile service, along with their notary service, excuse me.
Well, for the customer, it's a pretty good situation because you run into a lot of people. Like I did a notary 2 days ago. When it was his last will and testament, he wasn't able to basically move, and it was so ironic because that Monday, his son saw my van at a McDonald's. He asked for a card. He called me. "One of our mobile?" I said, "Yes." So, and he called 2 days later for me to come over to his father's house and notarize his last will and everything. So it has those are the advantage of being mobile for notary, because a lot of people, especially nowadays, with the fast pace of everything, people don't have the time.
Yes.
They're not physically able to get out. And as long as you have them to have all the things that you need before you get there, your witnesses, the proper documentation, the proper identification, things of that nature there, it's pretty smooth. And you have to really be up on your part and know what to ask for to make it a smooth transition. But it's very beneficial. I do more notaries, yes, people walking up to me. That's another thing. If you're a notary, don't leave home without your notary stamp in your book.
Oh yeah, I always have it. Always.
It's just like your American Express card. You never leave home without it. Don't leave home.
Yeah.
I have been at dinner. With my family, and in my van, people ask, "Oh, you a notary?" Sure. You need something to notarize? You got some ID?
Yeah.
You got a piece of ID? Yes, I do. You got the document? Yes, I do. Let's do this. It's 3 things that I always travel with: my notary stamp, my notary book, and my credit card payment scanner. Those 3 things I don't leave home without. I leave the wife at home before I leave those 3.
You can still bring your ink card too, because you can.
That's right. What about the ink cards, man?
Yeah.
As well as your ink card, yes.
Yep. Don't get the ink cards, man. Don't forget the ink cards.
The ink cards automatically, they have our storage contained in my car. So. But yes.
How about you? Anything thinking for number 5 for you as for a good reason why they should have fingerprinting and for notarization combined?
I can figure nothing right now. Carey just said, why can't it be number 5?
Say again?
I'm trying to think about anything, but nothing coming to my mind right now.
I got one for you then. How about networking opportunities?
Okay. Networking.
Because you network for notarization with different type of people, different income levels. Sometimes it's best to let you know what people do by going to certain professional organizations, groups and things like that, meetings and events. Same thing you need to do for fingerprinting too. Let the community know that you offer fingerprinting services and notary services. When they come to you for notary services, you can upsell them on fingerprinting. You got them there for 15 minutes anyway. If they come to you for fingerprinting, you got them by the hand. You really got them by the hand. Upsell them on notarizations. There's plenty of opportunities out there you guys can network with different groups out there. It will help you grow your business to the next level. Right now, everybody's going online to be found online, which is good. but sometimes rubbing elbows is still the best way of growing your business. So they get a chance to see who you are, not just some type of picture on the website. Give a chance to know, like, and trust you. Let them know who you are. It does work. It really does work there. One of the good things you do, if you're notarization or fingerprinting, you need to stay informed of various industries so you can use your services.
Yeah, definitely.
Can you guys think of one industry right now? You said it early on. What particular industry right now that could use notarization and fingerprinting?
It would be the constructions people. When you put a permit, a lot of time when you meet those customers, you can notarize the permit, but also they have to go to different company to get hired to do background check. They need background check too, so you can use both of them. Or I will say apostille notary. They did fingerprinting and background check and notary as well. So those two things I would say that would be the main thing right now I can think of.
You know what? What do you think, Carey?
Well,
what industry out there can use notarization and fingerprinting?
Volunteer, isn't it volunteer? You know, when you volunteer, you have to have the paperwork to see who you are as an organization, and then you do background check on the same time. So you have both of them at the same time.
Well,
You have to prove when you fill the application and the organization, but then you also need a background check. So that was, I would say, volunteering.
there's news.
School system, yeah. Administrative school system, yeah.
Yeah.
Schools come into play because sometimes parents need notarization to bring their kids to school with them to be registered sometime, or some type of proof that this is their kid, or they're going to travel to different districts, need to notarize permission slips. And the parents also need to get fingerprints sometimes to be volunteers at the school.
Yeah.
And then you got the admin there, sometimes need certain forms notarized.
Yeah.
And new hires at the school district need notarizations also, and fingerprinting too. But what about immigration sometime?
Oh yeah, immigration. Oh yeah, definitely. I have to do
What
both.
about immigration sometime? Or even a lot of folks need in-car fingerprinting when they sometimes get the paperwork notarized or some type of verification of ID verification. It could be Arizona, it could be from Nevada. Sometimes certain states want the in-car sent in, but at the same time, they want the other piece of paper verified. It's something like a notarization.
Yeah.
Most of us want some type of verification. So it's a big need out there. And Miss Alita, she just got good ideas. Give her some credit for this one here too. Staffing agency. See what happened, folks? When you become an associate, you just sucking all that knowledge real fast. You know, it just jumps into your brain there. Okay. But there's a lot of needs out there for those folks who need fingerprinting and notarizations. Find out who they are in the area and market towards those particular industries.
Yep.
Stay on top of it. You know, stay on top of it. Because sometimes these laws and regulations will change. When we said something early on the day before we start the recording, that Florida, you said no longer require background checks for certain industries. Which one was it?
For concealed weapon.
Concealed weapon, yeah.
I found it very strange, but it's not Florida, okay?
Florida.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's a special country.
Florida.
I call it a special country.
Yep. Years ago, when I was planning to get my certification to fingerprint here in California, they had requirements where to get a 6-page application notarized and do a background check, just for us to start fingerprinting in California. That's just our state requirement. So there's certain agencies require both a notarization and a background check to find out who they are and stay on top of it. Learn that industry, become an expert in the industry. And you folks out there in Florida right now,
you need to really catch up. It's not
find out, you hang around those travel nurses. Okay? Because if they try to get the license in Georgia, they should be paying you 3 times for the ink card. So they can mail out those ink cards to request the agency's address to get the background check down for a nursing license. Write that down, folks. I don't care what state you're in. If somebody near you is trying to get a license in Georgia, the state of Georgia for this word strongly suggests that they do 3 ink cards. Write that down.
Yep.
Okay, then that's a freebie right there. And remember, today is National Fingerprinting Day.
Yeah.
Yes.
Today is National Fingerprinting Day. But those are the 5 things, a few more tips we gave you, ladies and gentlemen out there, what you should take in consideration and why you should go ahead and look into doing ink card fingerprinting. And like Ms. Hines also asked, well, how do you get started doing that? Contact us. You know, go to our website, which is livescancommunity.com. Livescancommunity.com, which should be someplace down here below, way over there someplace on the screen. Carey, can you point down like that, Carey? Can you
Yeah,
down the Carey side someplace there.